Hi, I'm Derry Tanner. I'm a retired nurse and certified personal trainer, and I'm offering a new balls and bands exercise class for the Northborough Senior Center. It's a class that's done on Zoom. It takes place every Wednesday at 10 a.m. and it runs for 45 minutes. Because it's a new class and the equipment may not be familiar to you, I thought I would just show you some of the exercises that we do. So in this class, as I said, it's 45 minutes. We spend maybe 10 to 15 minutes warming up our bodies. And then the remainder of the class is strength exercises primarily, but also exercises for flexibility. And then we end with some stretches. So all you need as the equipment for this class is a band and a ball, both of which are available through the Northborough Senior Center. So if you're interested in participating in the class, just call the center and they will arrange to have you pick up this equipment. The cost of the equipment, I believe, is a suggested $5, which is just what it cost us to purchase the balls and the bands. There are different kinds of resistance bands. They come in different colors. The bands that are available through the Senior Center are all yellow. That's has the least amount of resistance. So these are the easiest to use. If you find that you like working with this kind of equipment, you can step it up, make it more challenging by using red bands, which are the next level of resistance. And by that, I mean that with a yellow band, doing this is easier than with a red, doing the same thing with a red band. There's just more resistance in the red bands. All right, so let me show you a few of the exercises you can do with the bands first. All right, so let's do a back pull. So our arms are straight out in front of us. We're holding the resistance band about shoulder width up. Our hands are about shoulder width apart and we're holding the resistance band in our hand. We're going to pull our arms to the side and bring that band towards our chest. And equally slowly, we're going to bring our hands back together. So the resistance band is hard to pull going in this direction. Going in this direction, it wants your arms to fly together. And so you're working, resisting the pull of the band. Wonderful. So that's one exercise that you might do with a resistance band. Another exercise, and there are lots of them, I'm only going to go through a few of them, is to take one hand, put the band at your hip, and pull diagonally across your body as if you were pulling a sword out of a sheath. You can adjust the amount of resistance in the band by moving your hand closer or further away from your other hand. Anything you do on one side, obviously you want to do on the other side as well. So you want to do that sword pulling exercise on this side in addition. Great, all right. So those are two examples of using the band in front of us. We can also use the band behind us. So wrapping it around our back, we can, for example, do chest presses. So starting from here, I'm pulling the band straight out, pushing my hand straight out, pulling the band away from my body. And again, as we push, we're experiencing resistance and we want to resist the bands pulling our hands back towards our chest quickly. So that's one example. We can also do cross-body punches with a resistance band behind our back. Another way we can use the bands is by wrapping them around our legs. And I'll just give you two examples of that. So we flatten the band, we'll try to make it have an equal amount on either side, flatten the band across our thighs, wrap it around our legs, hold the ends in our hands. You can hold with one hand or two hands. And we're going to put our feet and our legs together because the purpose of this exercise is to press our legs out against the resistance of the band. Pressing our legs out against the resistance of the band and out. Another thing that you can do with a resistance band around your leg are step outs. So here I've widened my stance a little bit and I'm going to lift that leg out to one side, lift the other leg out to the side. So we're working the muscles on the outside of our thigh. Wonderful. You can also put the resistance band underneath your feet. Try to get the length approximately equal. So my knees are bent at a 90-degree angle. My elbows are tucked straight into my sides, and I'm doing a bicep curl. Again, you can change the difficulty of the exercise by, if you want to make it more difficult, sliding your hand further down the band, making it shorter and therefore harder to pull up. Another exercise we can do in a position like this with a band under our feet is for our tricep muscles. So our arms are straight down by our side. We're pushing our straight arms straight back and working the muscles up of the back of our upper arm. Now you put enough of these exercises together in one workout and you will find that you get quite a full lower body and upper body workout, particularly when you combine it with the use of a ball. So the ball, when we were using the band, we pushed our legs apart from one another against resistance. And we were using one set of muscles to do that. To use the opposing set of muscles, we're going to put the ball in between our thighs, feet flat on the floor, nice tall back, abdominals pulled in, and we're going to push from here. We're going to push against the ball. So push and push and push and push. Another exercise that we can do with these balls, which were manufactured by Silver Sneakers, Senior Exercise Company, is a wood chop. So you can do a wood chop, a small wood chop, by going from one shoulder across your body to the opposite knee, or you can make the motion much bigger, coming way up here, crossing your body and going below the opposite knee, which is a great exercise, particularly for your core. You know, of course, you have to do it on the other side as well. So either the small wood chop or the larger wood chop. You can also use the ball for leg exercises. For example, I think I'm still on the camera here, just using with a bent knee, making little pulses with your leg, pushing gently down on the ball. You can also push the ball away from you with your leg, straightening your leg and pulling it back, pushing it away and pulling it back. When you push it away, you're using the quads, and when you're pulling it back, you're using the hamstrings. So you're working at two different sets of muscles in your leg. And again, you have to do that on the other side as well. For your arms, you can do a chest press here. The ball's up against my chest and I'm pressing and releasing and pressing and releasing and pressing and releasing and pressing and releasing. Or you can do a tricep exercise where the ball is in both hands over your head. You're bending your elbows, lowering the ball down, straightening your elbows, and so forth. And finally, just as one more example, you can do an exercise with a ball that's called stirring the pot, where you're with a nice wide stance where you're leaning forward and you're making very large circular motions in front of you, using all the muscles, many of the muscles in your back, your abdomen, your arms, your shoulders. And you can go in the opposite direction. So, with a band and a ball, and a little imagination and creativity, we can do all kinds of things. I invite you to join us. It's a drop-in class, so you don't have to make a commitment to it, but I would love you to join us on Wednesday mornings at 10 o'clock on Zoom. All you have to do is call the Northborough Senior Center to get information on how to join. Thank you.